guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today I will be doing a book haul. I have not been keeping up with the monthly book hauls, so a lot of these books are from at least like March, I think. So it is a bit late, but regardless, books are books. I still want to haul these. I still want to talk to you guys about them. So here we are, here I am, and let's talk about the books. The first book I have to talk about is one that I actually thrifted before the whole COVID lockdown scenario happened. So that's how you know that this is a long-awaited book haul, but that is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I don't know too much about this. I know that it is an adult fantasy. I know we are following some sort of clairvoyant character. It looks like it says on the back that she's a dream walker. That's pretty cool. It also says on the back that the year is 2059, so clearly this is some sort of fantasy set in the future. Not really sure how I feel about that. I'm always one to say that the earlier the better when it comes to history, time periods, settings, all of that jazz, but I don't know. It could be interesting, could be a fun time. I know that Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction really loves Samantha Shannon and really loves this series, so it's good for her. Hopefully it's good for me. The next book I have to haul for you guys is one that is so freaking exciting, and it does have a little bit of a story behind it, and that is Let's Call It a Doomsday by Katie Henry. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm sure there's never going to be a video where I don't reference it, so I apologize, but Katie Henry was on BookFest in Bed, which was my virtual book convention that I had here on my channel, and a funny, and not even funny, but just outrageous, iconic highlight of my book community presence and career is that while I was planning for BookFest, Katie Henry came across the announcements or came across the Twitter, and she emailed me asking if she could be on BookFest in Bed. And when I tell you guys that I was screaming, I literally told my boyfriend who was right next to me, I told my parents, I was freaking out because I love Katie Henry so much. She is my favorite contemporary author. Heretics Anonymous is my favorite contemporary of all time, and I really loved Let's Call It the Doomsday as well. And of course I was like, yes, of course you could be on BookFest in Bed. Are you freaking kidding me? Which, by the way, her interview portion is fantastic. She is so smart and such an intellectual, and oh, I love her so much. Definitely go check out her interview. Anyways, she offered to contribute to our giveaway prizes, and she sent over a few ARCs for me to give away during the event, and she sent me a hardcover of Let's Call It the Doomsday. And not only that, but she said, "This is for you," and she freaking signed it. Guys, when I opened this package, in fact, the package also came with, if you see the little art prints behind me, these ones right here, sorry if it's a little awkward, I don't have a viewfinder, but these little Renaissance memes, she also sent those as well in the package, and I am just so grateful for her. Her new book just got announced as well on Twitter the day that I'm filming this. It is called This Will Be Funny Someday, and it's about a stand-up comedian, and I'm so excited for it. I know this is way off topic to the haul at hand, but I just really wanted to tell you guys that story because I will cherish this book forever and ever, not only for the story behind it, but also for the content, which segues into what this book is about. This is following our main character Ellis, and she suffers from immense anxiety, and the way in which her anxiety is kind of portrayed is that she is constantly worried about the end of the world, which is very timely for today. So if you ever wanted to read a book that kind of emulates the state of the world at the moment, this one right here. So she is a doomsday prepper. She is always worried about how the world is going to end, when it's going to end, all of those things. And those fears are kind of made reality when she stumbles across another girl in the same therapist's office who tells her that she knows how the world is going to end. And the story goes off from there. It is an immense deep dive into anxiety. All of Ellis's intrusive thoughts are on the page, which does make for a harder read, but it's also so realistic, and I felt very seen when reading this book. There's also a lot about family dynamics and religion and found families, friends, sexuality, all of those things that Katie Henry so beautifully encapsulates in her stories. And I highly recommend this book. I think it could help a ton of people and be very, very important and influential in so many people's lives. And I just love this book. I love Katie Henry. She is just amazing, and I'm so happy I have both of her books now on my shelves, and will hopefully have This Will Be Funny Someday on my shelves soon as well. The next book I have is Ruthless by Emily Duncan. This is the sequel to Wicked Saints. Wicked Saints follows our main character Nadia, and she is a cleric, and something that is very unique about Nadia is that she is able to communicate with all of the gods in her pantheon, and most clerics are only able to talk to one. So she is a very important tool to her country, especially because her country and another country of Trinavia have been at a centuries-long war between the two, and she actually sets off on a journey quest with some other rebels of Trinavia in order to kill the king. And this second book is pitched as cosmic horror meets a forest that wants to eat you, and I love this series so much. Don't get me wrong, it definitely has faults. I definitely understand all of the criticisms that people have. They are warranted, but I really, really love the magic system. I love the setting. I love the tones. I love the aesthetics. I love everything about this book that I am wholeheartedly able to ignore the pacing and structural issues that I do have with this series. This trilogy definitely speaks to a very niche audience, and I am wholeheartedly a part of that niche, and I'm so in love with this trilogy, and I'm so excited to see how it ends. Also, these books are just so stunning. They each have a naked hardback, which I'm always a fan of. It also has, of course, gorgeous end pages, and even the chapter headers are absolutely beautiful. Like, everything about this book inside and out is drenched in aesthetics, and as an aesthetically driven bitch myself, I respect it, I appreciate it, and I stand, quite frankly. The next book I have is Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. This is the sequel to Lies of Locke Lamora, which I absolutely fell in love with when I read it. It is following this group of thieves called the Gentlemen Bastards, and they are very high-class thieves in that they are always training to know languages and cultures and basically infiltrate the top 1% in order to steal from them, but they don't steal from them for any, like, necessarily selfish reasons. I mean, it is selfish reasons, but they don't, like, steal from the rich, give to the poor. They actually steal in the name of their god, and it is one of the funniest books I've ever read. It has the best friendship dynamics I have ever read about. The plot is so complex, but so entertaining. It hooks you in from the very start. It is so fun, and I recommend this series to everybody, even though I've only read the first book. And of course, with all of that praise, I wanted to get the sequel immediately, and it really kills me that I'm not able to read this right now, because I know that this has something to do with pirates. Obviously, the cover, I love pirates. I love anything set on the sea. So, sea setting paired with one of my new favorite series, this is going to be incredible. I'm so excited to get into this. I need everybody to read Lies of Locke Lamora. It's so good. You will not regret it. Do it. The next one I have, I actually mentioned in my mid-year freakout tag for one of the most beautiful books that I purchased, and it definitely holds up to that title, Mermaid Moon by Suzanne Kokel. This is stunning. Not only is the cover beautiful, not only is the spine, the back beautiful, also another thing is that it is a very square book, if that makes sense. Like most of the time, books have a curve to them, but this one is straight. That makes sense? I don't know. It seems like a very little detail and a little thing, but it makes such a big difference, and I really, really like that. Anyways, also has sprayed edges, and also something I love, it has a naked hardcover. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning. If you notice from the books that I have hauled in this haul and recent hauls before this, I try not to buy books that I have not already read or have not already read the previous books to, etc., before purchasing them. One, because my library is freaking fantastic, so I really don't need to. Two, my shelves are so full, and honestly, I just don't really want to have books on my shelves that aren't favorites and I don't love, because I don't really see a point in owning books that I don't absolutely love. That's another part. And three, books are expensive, and I hate having to waste money on books that I potentially won't love. So unless I get them at Goodwill, which is what I did with the Bone Season, I try not to buy books that I haven't already read and know that I enjoy. With that being said, I am a big ass hypocrite. Thank you, I understand, I acknowledge my flaws, and we're aware of them. Don't bully me, because it's been stated. If there is any book to be an exception for me to buy without even knowing what the synopsis is, because I don't, it's gonna be this one. Because even if I give this book 1 star, this is art. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, I really just don't know anything about this. I know obviously it has something to do with a mermaid. When I post about this on my Twitter, a lot of people were saying it's quite weird, it's quite strange, very fairy tale-esque. So that's kind of what I'm thinking going in. It definitely does give me a weird, whimsical vibe to it. I think somebody pitched it as kind of Alice in Wonderland meets Little Mermaid. So I kind of love that. I think this is going to be really, really interesting. Again, don't know if it's going to be a new favorite, but I do think it's going to be interesting. And again, I will never, ever regret buying this. The next book I have is another absolute gorgeous one, and that is The Complete Fairy Tales of Oscar Wilde. I mean, you guys know why I have this. Like, not only is it Oscar Wilde, but I'm just like, just the cover. Like, does this not look like my bedroom right now? Or at least my backdrop. You guys can't see my bedroom. I can see my bedroom, and it matches perfectly. So if that isn't a reason to buy a book, I mean, I don't know what is. This is, you know, as the title says, The Complete Fairy Tales of Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde is the author of The Picture of Dorian Gray, which is my second favorite book of all time. So that is why I justify having this, having not read any of the fairy tales that are included in this, because, you know, it's Oscar Wilde. It's gonna be fantastic. I love Oscar Wilde. I love fairy tales. This is a perfect combination of everything that I love. And I'm so happy I own this, because wow, if this is not me in book form, I don't know what is. The next thing I have to haul is a box set, which is another thing that I mentioned in my mid-year freakout tag. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But I have the box set for Amanda Lovelace's poetry collections. Now again, have I read any of Amanda Lovelace's poetry collections? No, I have not, but look at this cover. Like, I am so in love with everything that this is. I mean, you got a princess, you got a witch, and you got a mermaid. I love all of this. I love the reflectiveness of it. I love the slight touches of purple throughout the book, and then the books, they're so beautiful, and the spine. I love this. I love everything about this. I actually do enjoy modern poetry. I feel like I don't talk about it much on my channel, but I actually do own a fair amount of modern poetry. So if you guys ever want to see a recommendation video, let me know. It is a lot of like the same authors, so there's not much diversity in that aspect, but I would still maybe like to talk about them if you guys are interested. I don't know. We shall see. Let me know down below. But I feel like I will like this. I mean, it's a feminist poetry collections, modern poetry. I can't imagine that I would hate this, at least hate it enough to like diminish how beautiful this box set is. So I am very excited to own this, and I do. So who's the real winner here? Me. The next book that I have to talk about is A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. This was kindly sent to me by a subscriber of mine, which was so surreal and wild to me because it was so impromptu. It's not even my birthday. There's no celebration to be had. It was literally just they were in one of my live shows and they said that they were gonna buy me this book, and it's crazy how generous this community is, and I am so grateful because this is one of my highly anticipated releases of the year. It is so beautiful. Yet again, I love this book. I love the yellow so much. It's about black mermaids in Portland, and I know it has something to do with gargoyles, which is something that I did not realize until recently when scrolling through Twitter. And it is fairly short as well. Love a good short fantasy, and I'm just so excited for this book. It looks fantastic. Again, I love mermaids, as I think we've established in this haul. So I can't wait to get to this. I can't wait to review it for you guys, and I'm so just grateful for everything that you guys do for me. And I'm not gonna get soft in this video. Stop it. Emotions? Who? We don't know her. That is all for my little book haul that I have for you guys. Hopefully my next haul that I do will probably be my birthday book haul, or just birthday haul in general. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna be getting, whether for myself or from others, but we will all see together when I do a future haul video that will be specially Leo themed. So look out for that. Put on my notifications if you are excited for that. Definitely let me know down below any and all thoughts on any of these books. If you've read them, if you're excited for me to read them, I would like to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!